Hey everybody, Christina here. Welcome to Mind Over Mania. I'm going to be doing a pick a group reading where you pick a crystal and then I will be answering the question of why are they not communicating with you or why are they not responding to you. With this reading, I'm planning on keeping it a little bit more flexible in the sense that either maybe this person has not communicated with you or is very cold or kind of distant, or they just completely cut off communication with you in general. So this reading should hopefully give you some clarification about your issue. So for today, I have 3 decks here. I have my Twin Flame Oracle deck. I have my Messages of Love Oracle deck, and then I also have the Wildwood Tarot. All right, and so today we have 5 groups. It's going to be kind of big, so hopefully I can squeeze everybody's reading in there. But for purposes of choosing your group, what you're going to do is before you select one of the 5 crystals I show, take a second to just really get in tune with yourself. Take a deep breath. And as I show you each one of these crystals, I want you to sit and figure out and really feel within your gut which crystal resonates with you, and then you're going to go into the description down below and fast forward to that part of the video, and that will be a reading. So, alright, so we're going to be starting off with our crystals where we have Galena. We've got this big chunk of sparkly rock here. We have Bloodstone as group 2. We have Amazonite as group 3. We have Tiger's Eye, which is group 4. And I have this rock that I don't know what type of crystal it is, but it is group number 5, the sparkly shiny rock. So group 5, your shiny rock. But okay, just take a minute to just tap in, see how you're feeling, and then go ahead and fast forward. I will see you guys then. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, you have chosen Galena or Group 1 for your reading. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the question of what is your reason for connecting to this person? So I'm just going to take a second to really tap into your energy right now, Group 1. It's kind of interesting. The energy I'm feeling right now is it's almost like this release of breath, where I feel like you're trying to connect with this person because either I think for a lot of you, you've been ghosted or this person just disappeared. And it's almost like you feel as though you don't feel completely there. It's almost like this, the reason why I breathed out was almost like it's kind of like a invisible breath of air where there's just nothing there, but there's something there. And it's almost like you're trying to find something physical in a space where there's nothing there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card to kind of clarify this. Which deck? Alright. Yeah, so for Group 1, what is your reason for connecting with this person? Alright, let's see if I can get one more card because I feel like there's more. High level. Alright, I think we'll just stick with the 1 for now. What I got was refocus. So you believe that by receiving closure and connecting with this person, again, I feel like this is mostly closure, but it's almost like it will help you refocus on getting back to what you were before you encountered this person, or in this case, I feel like it's refocusing away from the issue that caused you guys to not talk, as well as being able to feel more comfortable in yourself with why did this happen, what did I do to cause it? So, okay. Alright, so we kind of know what your reason is, so I want to get a little bit more in depth to what this person's connection is with you. So I feel like this person, for some of you, it's a romantic partner, either someone that you were dating, had been dating for a little bit and they disappeared, or for some of you, this is a family member that you're trying to connect with, and it feels like they're just very far away. Either they're physically far away, but it's mostly emotionally far away, or just it's a person you really care about that's emotionally distant. So for some of you, it might even be a spouse. I know that's a little broad, but I'm feeling the majority of the theme of this is just emotional distance. So let's see if I can kind of elaborate more on what's kind of they're feeling towards you in this connection. It's kind of messy. Yeah, let me pull some cards. What is this person's feelings towards you? Group 1. Oh my gosh, I almost had the whole deck fall on me right there. Alright, what is this person's feelings towards you? Ooh. Anything else? Okay. Alright, so you got 4 cards here. The energy seems to really depend on what your individual circumstances. So the first card you got, group 1, is devotion. And so I feel like they feel as though you're very devoted to them. So regardless if they are a romantic partner, a family member, or just a person you really care about, they know that you feel very devoted to your connection with them, and that's why their distance from you has nothing to do with you not being good enough, if that makes any sense. I feel as though this person, for most of you in this circumstance, this person is devoting time to themselves or on a different issue, and they don't have time or the energy to pay attention to what's going on with you. I think that particular feedback is for a certain group of you, but for the most part, though, overwhelmingly, this person recognizes how much you care about them genuinely and are willing to put out for them almost too much at times, and they want you to be aware that they recognize that. The next card we got is victim. So it's interesting with this card because some of the people that this affects, actually I'm just going to go with all of them. I feel like all circumstances, regardless of what the nature of your connection is, this person feels bound and trapped in their connection with you. So they're bound and trapped by other things, but they feel as though you're putting on too much pressure to get a specific result out of them, and that's caused them to pull away. They feel like whenever you're pushing them away by, again, with this devotion card, they understand that you want to connect with them and that you care about them. However, for some of you, you go to a point where they literally can't even be around you because it's too much, it's too overwhelming for them. They've got other things going on in their zone of awareness. Some of these people have been hurt in ways that you are definitely not familiar with. And as a result, their hands are tied and they don't have any energy available to give to you, or they're not able to give you the response that you want, and so they're either avoiding you, lying to you, or they're just very frustrated. And again, they feel like they're kind of on the victim end of something, whether it be in your dynamic, they feel like, oh, I'm always in the wrong, so I'm not going to bother communicating with this person because they're not open to hearing my truth or my version of things. Or for some of you, particularly the gentleman that you're thinking of in this case, he doesn't feel like you listen to his emotional state and from an emotional place. You say you're listening, but all he's seeing is his words going in your ear and out the other. Like, he wants you to be able to feel and understand that even though he can't communicate his emotions the same way as you can, his feelings are still valid. And, you know, if you feel like that message resonates with you, take some time to really focus on your active listening and, you know, take a step back and look at some of the things your person has said or what his actions, how those actions have aligned with his words, you know, because there's a lot of times when a person is put in this position and they aren't capable of giving you what you need because their needs are not met and there aren't, it's not a safe place for them for them to be able to be honest. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this general energy. Another thing is nostalgia. So for a couple of you, they're nostalgic over a third party. So I think you guys, I think for those of you that this is relevant to, this will resonate with you, but this nostalgia for someone else is preventing them to come towards you because they're just not over it and they don't want to tell you that they're not interested in you. They don't feel the same way towards you, and it's easier to just cut you off rather than to engage with you because it hurts them too. They don't want to reject you, but they feel like you don't understand that their path is with someone else. Now, for some other of you that it's for the non-romantic group, this has to do with death. So this person in particular, whether it be the death of an actual person in their life or grieving something, a version of them, whatever, it's some kind of a grief or death, a passage of something that they're focused on their nostalgia in the grieving phase of what things could have been, what they used to be, who they used to be, and when it comes to you and coming into this connection, they're focused on this past, and they don't want to look at the now. They don't want to move forward. They don't want to change their old habits. They don't want to change and adapt and see you, or they can't see you. That's another thing too. I feel like half of you, your person isn't even intentionally blocking you out. I mean, they just kind of, from the surface level, they're intentionally doing it, but subconsciously they're doing it because they're caught up in something else that is keeping them focused on the past. And then finally, the last card you got was received. So this person has received your messages. Like, they have, like, this is your acknowledgement to say, hey, this person is not responding intentionally, or they are cutting you off and putting some distance between you because they have received what you're trying to give to them. So if you think that you're not being clear, if you think that you're not doing enough to get their attention, you have. They're aware, and they want you to settle down and take a step back and focus on yourself and your needs. So, okay, so now that we kind of focused on like what the connection is like, let's kind of get into what specifically is holding them back from communicating with you, whether it be telling you what you need to hear or just what's holding them back. I'm feeling off the bat, it has something to do with reluctance. Anything else? Some kind of a reluctance. Anything else? No? Okay. All right. Alright, so what is holding them back? Okay, so I'm going to start with the tarot cards first. So you got the Forest Lovers, aka the Lovers card. You got the Seven of Bows, aka the Seven of Wands. And then you have the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Waters of Life. And so kind of what I was getting at a little bit earlier, just focusing on these cards right here, I feel like some of them are, quite honestly, they're focused on another romantic interest. So for those of you that are, you know, particularly focused on a romantic partner, a majority of the people that are in that boat, your person's focused on someone else, and so they can't see you right now. Even if maybe a few of them have feelings for you, it doesn't matter, because this other person, whether it be a person from their past, present, or someone they're trying to attract in the future, their attention is not on you. So that's part of what's holding them back, is they're not really seeing the point in entertaining your position because they're preoccupied with something else. And so with the Seven of Bows here, I feel like they're preparing, or they're getting something ready. So in this image, there's a axe with a bow and arrow and then a bunch of sticks, and it's almost like someone's been like chopping wood, and it feels like they're preparing either for a battle or something coming up. So this person is kind of regaining themselves and, you know, kind of focused on their own little world, because right now there's kind of a fire going on in the back of their mind, and they need to put the fire out. There's other factors that are more important to them right now than communicating with you. And regardless of what you think your needs are, this person can't recognize that, and you should respect the fact that they've got their own problems going on. And then finally, this Ace of Vessels in reverse, Ace of Cups. Their heart space is blocked by whatever their circumstances is. They can't fully process their feelings, either towards you or towards other things going on in their life. And so essentially that's preventing them from even wanting to say anything at all, or they just come across as cold because they just can't, they don't have enough in their cup to be able to accept what you want to pour into it. Even if you think you're coming across as loving, or, you know, it doesn't matter. They don't have the capacity to be in contact with you right now. And this might not be forever. But I think, at least for this current moment in time, let this person, you know, sort their things out. Getting into the other cards I have here. So there's 3 cards. We've got Denial. We have Second Chance. And then we have Release. And so what I'm essentially getting from these cards is, one, they're kind of in denial of what they want with you, some of them. And I feel like some of you are going to take that the wrong way and thinking like, oh, maybe I have a chance with this person. Again, because Second Chance and Release came up. And for some of you that may be true, but I'm seeing a majority of you right now. What's kind of happening is the denial of what's going on in their lives, and having trouble reconciling with that is preventing them from trying to include you in their plan of getting better. And whether they are in denial of how they feel towards you or towards what's going on in their life, that's essentially still blocking them. The Second Chance, I feel like these people, for a majority of you, this person wants to give you a second chance. They just can't right now. And you're going to make it worse by continuing to push them. And it just shows them that you don't trust that they're going to come back, and you're just taking away attention that they need to be putting towards something else. And for some of you, it comes across as a disrespect of boundaries. So, you know, keep that in mind, that don't spoil the potential of rekindling this relationship with this person because you're, you know, not feeling secure about what you're getting and receiving. And finally, release. Again, there's a lot of stuff they need to accept and surrender to in order to allow communication to continue with you. For some people, this might be you guys had a fight and they need to release their anger healthily, or they need to be able to just either grieve your relationship, grieve their past relationships. Point being is, until this stuff is released, you're not really going to be able to have much of a relationship with this person. All right, so that all being said and done, I'm going to do final remarks. So what's advice or guidance that I can get for you guys? Any final messages that I can receive to help you guys with this situation? So, oof. The one thing I heard overwhelmingly is do not contact them. So if you're looking for a sign, if you should be trying to reach out to them, don't. Absolutely do not. This person needs space, and you're harming your relationship more by pushing them, and also harming yourself by not respecting your own boundaries. That, you know, if a person's not receptive to what you're giving, don't throw energy towards it, you know? Anything more from this deck? Alright. Anything else? Okay, so you got 4 cards. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start with the tarot cards. So you got the 2 of Vessels, aka the 2 of Cups, Attraction. And here's the second card, the 9 of Bows, aka 9 of Wands, Respect. And I feel like what's kind of going on with the guidance here is respect yourself and respect your feelings towards this person. I feel like, you know, either you've been trying to contact this person or you feel resentful against yourself for caring. But you got to understand that, you know, your feelings are your feelings. And, you know, talking down about yourself or shaming yourself for this connection isn't healthy for you. And, you know, take some time to, you know, one, appreciate the fact that all the things that you have done for this person and the love you have for this person, but also respect yourself so that way you are, again, not giving your energy where it's not being appreciated or received back towards you. And, you know, it's not like this person is the only person in the world that's coming your way. They definitely aren't your person, or they aren't someone that, you know, they're not worth putting all this energy into in your life. And, you know, if they come back, you know, I feel like for a majority of you, there's a chance it can come back maybe as something, either as a friendship or as something that is a little bit more healthy and in balance. Which, kind of going off of that, these next 2 cards, you got Commitment and Balancing the Scales. Again, the guidance here is be committed to finding a balance in this relationship and within yourself, because what's happening is there's not a very good give and take, and you have to be strict with yourself in taking time to make sure that you are adhering to that. Every time you feel like you want to reach out to this person, stop and say, okay, what am I really gaining out of this? Do you really want to keep going through that loop of trying to reach out and then you hear nothing, or the shame of, you know, feeling bad for continually wanting to fill a void from a person that's not giving you anything back? Like, you know, don't beat yourself up about it. You know, you have to take some time to fix this, because it's a reoccurring pattern that is only going to keep getting you hurt until you learn the lesson. So find some balance and try to be realistic with your expectations with this person. But, okay, that is the reading. So thank you very much for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello, Group 2. This is the Bloodstone group. Thank you for joining me here today. So what we're going to start off with is, what is your reason for connecting with your person that you have in mind? So I feel like already off the bat, there's a lot of energy associated with your connection. So you are trying to communicate with this person because you have a lot that's been left unsaid with this person. You really just want to talk to them and tell them how you feel. And, well, I don't even know if I should bother pulling a card for this one. I think I still will, but, like, yeah, you're very, like, you have very good intentions towards this person, but you're just like, if only I could just tell them how I'm feeling, then maybe I can fix whatever I did, or, you know, they'll listen to me, or maybe they'll show me that they feel the same way back. Like, I feel like you're very much optimistic that, you know, you can either repair your relationship or that things aren't over. I'm feeling very, at least positive on your end for why you're trying to connect. So let me pull a card to see if I can get something high level. What is your reason for connecting? All right. Ooh, gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. My deck, there was something about the flying out, and then the whole deck decided to fall off. So we're going to try that again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Is this it? No. No. All right. One more time. One more time. Let's try this again. One card. Okay. All right. This is the right card. Regret. Yep. Yep. Either you're feeling regret for, either you did something wrong, but I think for the most part you're regretting not saying what you needed to say and not saying it the right way. And now this person's gone, and some of you are remorseful for that, and others of you are just trying to do the right thing. It's kind of a mixed bag, but I definitely started feeling the heaviness now of there's just some unresolved stuff that you're trying to get closure on your side, but also to fix and mend, you know, what was broken in this connection. So, okay. So next I'm going to go into, what is this person's connection towards you? Majority of you, this is a lover. Yep, I definitely felt right off the bat, I was like, all right, this is a romantic partner. Now, for those of you that it's not a romantic partner, it's a sibling. Yeah, some of you it's a sibling or close family. I'm definitely getting close family vibes, but it has something to do with a direct personal connection, biological. But a majority of you, this is definitely a romance thing. So, all right, let's see if I can get some further clarification with some cards about your romantic partner. All I heard is they screwed up. Or like, not them, but you did. Ooh. Anything else about this person for group 2? What is their romantic partner like? Or person? Anything else? Okay. Ooh. Anything else? No. Alright, so this is good for now. Ooh. Okay. We got a mixed bag. But it kind of has the general same theme. It's like I'm thinking of a song and I'm just hearing sinking, sinking, same feeling. This person isn't sure whether they want to come back. Yeah, like for a majority of you, this is, I'm getting like this numb kind of dizzy headspace where they're kind of sitting there going like, wow, I can't believe they said that. Screw that person. Wow. Either something you said really upset them, or they're just fed up and tired. Tired of life in general, tired of what you've been giving them so far. And it's not even so much what you've been giving them, but how they've been receiving what you've been giving. So no, that's a very distinct clarification, that it's not necessarily even what you've been showing them, it's been how they've been taking that in. Because for some of you, you've been devoting yourself towards a person that I'm going to say, without a doubt, all of them, regardless if it's a romantic partner or not, have been through something that was traumatic, and even though you've done your best to treat them well, they are not in a good place and they can't receive what you're giving. So like right off the bat, we got Dark Night of the Soul right here. And I'm just going to say right now, this person's either, first word I heard was suicidal. I was going to say depressed, but definitely either they're suicidal, they're self-destructive, they have something darker going on within them that they can't take in your loving energy. So maybe you did make a mistake. I feel like a majority of you did make a mistake of some kind that either triggered them and triggered their Dark Night of the Soul moment, whether they've had it in the past or whatever. Something about what happened between you two triggered something within them that is causing them to just completely withdraw, and they don't feel safe in this connection until they understand that you're coming from a loving place, and they can't fully receive positive reinforcement right now. Now, what's interesting is the next card they got here was Awakening. So I feel like they are in a process of, while they're in an absence away from you, they are awakening themselves. Or they're awakening who they are as a person, and something about your connection and what happened between the two of you sparked that. It's almost like whatever this was caused them to really reevaluate things and the importance that you have in their life as well as their importance in your life. So being awakened to things that were bothering them that they didn't notice before, or regrets. And I'm hearing for some of you, things were taken a little too far and they weren't prepared. And then the final one is forgiveness. I feel like they have a lot of self-forgiveness to do, and they are resistant towards forgiving you right now. They're definitely not willing to negotiate on how they've been hurt. If you've been trying to convince them of otherwise, or they're just really feeling as though I heard like, she can't talk to me because she's too mean, or something about like the connection is, yeah, there's some kind of a communication issue that's going on. And so getting to these other two cards you have here, so you got Second Chance, and then you got Release. And so in terms of you two's connection, I feel like a second chance is possible for some of you with this person. Again, though, I feel like for the rest of you, the second chance isn't going to like the relationship that you had before this lack of communication is not going to return to be the same. So whether this person comes back and they're going to be cold towards you at first, but if you restore either your relationship romantically or otherwise, it's going to be very different. And again, this Release card, they're in the process right now of releasing their pent-up feelings. They're harboring some emotions towards you that they need to release in order to feel your connection, but there's definitely, like, second chance, I kind of felt like a very, like, soft feeling, like a piece of them does wish they could have that second chance with you, but they are not in a place to even consider it right now. Yeah, because there's quite a few of the people, yeah, quite a few that are saying, I'm done. Yeah, so, okay. So let's go on to what is holding them back from communicating with you. So again, I feel like that's a little bit of a repeat from what I was feeling before, but yeah, what's holding them back is they're just hurt. They're hurt by what was said, what was done, and how it was done. Because for those of you that, you know, maybe you didn't even say something that bad, it was how you went about communicating and how your actions lined up with your words. That's really where the pain point happened, whether it be you're in denial of how much this conversation or these actions affected and hurt that person, or they're feeling like they're not, yeah, they're not capable of listening to you right now. That's really what's just holding them back, is because they just don't want to hear it. They're very just, you know, they've come to a conclusion in their mind of what they need right now, and they just don't want to hear it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, because this is feeling like a little bit of a messy one, so I'm going to not go too much deeper into that topic, but I'm going to go into advice, guidance, and, you know, what information do you need to hear to get you through this situation. So, I'm feeling I got a headache already. Ooh. Anything else? Alright. Yeah, this section of the reading is going to be a little bit longer because I think you're kind of anxious to see how you can fix this, because you're just a little, you're a little distraught. Very distraught. We're just going to go call it as it is. That's the advice here. Anything else? More. Not good for you guys today, because you're going to get a lot of help with this situation. Okay. Okay. So, so first of all, I heard release your rage. Yeah, I'm feeling some really fiery, anxious energy here. So apparently your guidance, at least off the bat, is you've got a lot of pent-up anger of your own in regards to the situation, either because this person's not being mature, not communicating with you properly. They're part of the reason, you know, you did what you did is because of them. I don't know, whatever the cause was, you have some anger that you need to face and address. And you want to make sure that you work on it on your own time and not direct towards this person, because it's only going to make the situation worse. And it's a matter of getting closure for yourself and respecting your own feelings. I feel like you're a little afraid and holding back your rage a bit because you don't want to be honest about how much the situation hurt you. One, because you're self-sabotaging, in this case, a majority of you, not all of you, but a majority of you. And two, though, you're also frustrated because the first words I heard were, you had them. You had them, and now they're gone. And why? Why can't I get this person back? Why can't they be what they used to be, and you're so frustrated. And unfortunately, if you try prying that door open, you're just going to burn your hands off of the hot coals that are lining the door to get to them. Definitely take some time to deal with those emotions separately from this person so you don't make the situation worse. I'm going to go ahead and flip some cards. So, okay, so these cards are a little bit more hopeful. No. No. Alright, I guess these cards are fine the way that they are. I like to sit and rearrange them to see if that makes it feel any better, but not in this case. Alright, so I'm going to do Oracle cards first because I feel like these have a little bit more of a positive message. So starting off with those feelings, inner child. So what I'm definitely feeling is part of the reason why you caused the mess that you're in and what's making you trying to get closure and a response from this person is due to an inner child wound. So taking the time to, that need for response and for that forgiveness is your inner child trying to say, Mom and Dad, you know, I'm sorry I broke the vase, please forgive me. Oh, why don't you come back? It's either that kind of wound or it's this whole abandonment. You feel like if you don't have this person, you're going to be abandoned forever. Those are the two main ones anyway that's kind of going on here. But regardless of what your particular wound is, make sure you take a step back and kind of really evaluate what was kind of going on in your childhood that's playing out in this current dynamic, because it's definitely a major factor. Stop being nostalgic. So you got nostalgia, and I feel like you're holding on so tightly to nostalgia that it's preventing you from seeing what's going on right now between the two of you. You're so focused on the happy times. You're so focused on what was, and you want to get that back, but unfortunately, what you had is not coming back, and you need to accept that. And taking responsibility for what has occurred recently, you know, you're not doing yourself any favors by romanticizing the past, romanticizing yourself, and romanticizing them. It only hurts you in the end. Divine timing. So this situation is going to take some time to heal. I could already feel a bunch of you saying, like, how long do I have? And I'm hearing, for most of you, it's going to be a while. And a while being when, I'm getting a very complicated answer. It has a lot to do with you healing yourself. This person is not going to come walking back into your life after a week or a few months if they see that you haven't changed at all, or you're just going to keep trying to bring up the same old crap. Like this person needs to see some change on your end, because they're also going to be changed after, if they do come back to contact you. I feel like a majority of you, this person will come back to some extent to contact you, or at least they're observing when they're in a more healed position. But divine timing wise, you got to be patient, and being quite honestly, you've got bigger issues to focus on than timing, because this issue is more systematic than them just crying about it, getting over it, and then coming back to you, because that's not how it's going to work. Solitude. So the card you got is you need to sit back and reflect. Sit your ass down, go get a journal, and sit under a tree or something and really just kind of reflect and spend some time by yourself to think about it, and think about what you've been doing wrong up until this point, what really caused them to withdraw, but also what caused you to do what you did and say what you did. Because regardless of if you feel you were in the wrong or not with your actions, you caused harm to someone else, and they don't want to talk to you. And so really be honest with yourself about what potentially brought that about, you know, and what can you do towards yourself that, you can heal from whatever caused you to do it, or to just have that awareness of why. You know, I feel like for some of you, self-sabotage tends to be a loop, and, you know, you really won't be able to break those patterns until you take some time to just sit and be with yourself. And it's okay. You know, all of us make mistakes. All of us, you know, have hurt people from one circumstance to another, and don't be so hard on yourself. Just remember that, you know, you need to be honest, and honesty means coming in with the good and the bad. So don't beat yourself up too much to make yourself into a victim, but also don't, you know, shortchange yourself, especially if you did do something that was inappropriate towards this person. Crossroads. You're going to come to a crossroads of deciding, do you want to change your behavior? Do you want to continue? And for most of you, this is a crossroads of deciding, is this person really what you want? And is this really what you need? Because you may be forced into this crossroads position regardless if you want to or not. And, you know, be prepared to hit the road. You know, you don't necessarily need this person, and considering that things will be different, you know, you might have to change directions. And be aware of that and accept it, you know, because regardless if you want this person back, it's going to be different. So, but a majority of you, you know, just be prepared to see how that journey looks like. And then understanding. Really try to understand this situation at a deeper level than just your emotions. Like, try to take your emotions out of the situation and look at what occurred and why, and go from there. Like, I think part of this situation is a lesson that will help you going forward with finding other romantic partners, but also just in general in your approach to loving yourself, because how you reacted and how you handle the situation is teaching yourself who you are and what is important to you, you know? Okay, but that's just all these cards here, so running out of time here. But, so what you got was, you got the Ancestor, which is the Hermit, or not the Hermit, the Hierophant. You got the Woodward, which I believe is the Emperor. I'm not sure. I think so. The Great Bear. I don't even know. At this point, I'm not gonna... I don't use this deck too often, so I can't translate it off the top of my head. But the Seven of Arrows, Insecurity. You got the Eight of Arrows, Struggle. And then you got the King of Stones, Wolf, in reverse, which is the King of Pentacles. So this is kind of more of what I've already just said, but a lot of it is about reevaluate your values and figure out what is the foundation of who you are as a person and your actions, and see if your core principles are in alignment with how you behaved in this situation. And maybe take some time to think and be like, well, was I always completely wrong? Or maybe being wrong and right wasn't the issue. Maybe it's a matter of morality and, you know, making sure that your actions were in line with who you are is important for your growth going forward, so that way you are continually to act in accordance with who you are as a person. I'm trying to get like a general vibe from this, but it's like, yeah, I feel like doing some shadow work or taking some time to just kind of go in that inner cave and really kind of be honest with yourself for how you made this person feel, and how did you treating that person and making that person feel bad, how does that make you feel? You know, because do you immediately become a victim and be like, well, it's all their fault, they caused me? Or are you going to at least hold the side of you accountable that hurt somebody and see it for what it is? Not that you're a bad person, but also, you know, needing to be accountable. Finding that balance in there and being honest about that balance will really be helpful to you. Again, insecurity. I feel like a lot of the reason why you keep wanting to fix things with this person is it's really coming from an insecure place. You're not I feel like a majority of you, you're not actually going to connect with this person because you want to reconcile. You're doing it for your own peace of mind to justify yourself. You know, it's almost like you can't be the victim. You know, like you know, I'm the victim, or it's this insecure loop of just you're not trying to reconcile for the right reasons, and so taking that time to reflect would be good. And again, you're also kind of struggling on your end with your own personal stuff and using the situation to deflect from your own personal struggles and not taking care of yourself in the way that you should because you're so hung up on I need this answer from this person. And so it's neglecting your ability to take care of yourself while you're healing from the situation. So keep that in mind going forward while you're dealing with this person. So overall, group 2, sorry to hear that you had this circumstance, but, you know, I have faith that you guys will make it through and, you know, wish you luck. You know, at the end of the day, you know, life's a lesson and, you know, just take it for what it is and just one day at a time. But thanks for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 3. This is your reading. You have chosen Amazonite, this little tiny green piece that keeps reflecting in the light. But I am here to help you figure out why this person is not communicating or responding with you. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into your energy to see, like, what is your reason for connecting with this person? Okay, the first word I heard was closure. So you're trying to get closure from a specific situation. I kind of feel like there's almost like a sick feeling in my heart. So let me pull a card to kind of clarify what this feeling is. So what is your reason for trying to connect with this person, Group 3? Ooh. Very interesting. So you got the card mirroring. So I feel like this has a lot to do with you and this person must have some kind of a soul connection, or you are moving in parallel, your actions are moving in parallel. In the sense that their behavior is a reflection of what you do to them, and vice versa, where it's almost like it's a cat and mouse, or it's a game. That was the first word I heard, is it's a game, where you're in this place where you're just trying to follow along with the game that you've been playing either for a while or just recently. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's been a while. This has been an ongoing game, and so you're trying to see, is this it? Or is this just more of the same game we're playing? I feel like there's a very subdued tone here. There's some layers here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards to be able to figure out what is this person's connection towards you. So I feel like there's some heartache involved here of some kind. I feel like I have like this reluctance to talk, so I'm feeling like it's all going to come out in a burst of whatever's going on here. Woo! So what is this person's connection to you? Spirit guide? Ooh, okay. Anything else? Yep, more. Ooh. Anything else? Alright. Ooh. Whoa, okay. That card just, you guys all saw that. That just flipped right out of the deck. Oh my gosh, and it's funny because I know what the card said too, but I'm not going to reveal it. Is that a no? Okay. No. Any more? Ooh. What is this person's connection towards you? That's okay. You got a lot of cards here, so I'm gonna try to get through this quickly. So, ooh, yeah. Oh man. For some reason, I'm hearing someone's keeping secrets. You're keeping secrets and they're keeping secrets, and this is a reflection of your relationship with this person towards your connection. So, okay, I'm just going to kind of wing it here. So the two oracle cards you got here were Shadow Work and Offer. So I feel like their connection with you has a lot to do with your own shadow self. And this person either is a direct reflection of the piece of you that you suppress or you don't want to acknowledge. And so something about this lack of communication is almost like an offering of saying, do you want to come back and visit me again? It's almost like every time you keep running back to this person, because I feel like they do this a lot to you, and you keep running back because you're looking for something specific. And what you don't realize is this is a piece of you that you are trying to connect with. However, it's manifested in this one person. So this is kind of clarified by these three cards here. You got Stability. You got Spiritual Lesson, which this one literally flipped out of the card deck, which I was like, uh-huh. And then you got Marriage, interestingly enough. I heard one of you reacted really loudly to that Marriage card, so don't get too carried away by that. But what's going on with this connection? So I feel like you're using them for your stability, and maybe you don't want to admit that. Maybe some of you don't, but I feel like a lot of you, this cat and mouse game is a way that you think it keeps you stable. You think this person is your rock when they are unstable as shit. Like, this person is not the healthiest of persons. And it's a direct reflection of what you don't want to work on yourself. And so that's why you keep seeking this person out, because you're not viewing what's actually going on here. There's a spiritual lesson that is definitely here about taking care of yourself and not focusing on the external. And then this Marriage card, I don't know why I'm giggling. Again, it feels like, it's almost like some of you it's literal marriage, but a majority of you, this is more of a, you guys act like you're married. Like, you act like you have this big committed thing, and you guys are already, you've been so lock and step in this game that it's almost like, yeah, I'm used to it. You're kind of married to the idea of this person. You're married to the things that they do, and you're married to this pattern of behavior, which is not okay. I'm just telling you that right off the bat. This cat and mouse game dynamic is not a healthy dynamic to be in, and it's not supposed to fulfill you. But right now, you like the chase. You like that whole back and forth, and you've been doing it because it gives you attention. It fills this need inside of you. And this person, feelings towards you are, I guess, like, yeah, the word I heard was like the same. So the word, what you got was, it's called the Woodward, which I think is the Emperor, but I'm not sure. You got the Five of Stones in reverse, which is the Five of Pentacles. You got the Shaman or the Magician in reverse. And you got the Journey, which I believe is the Moon in this case. I'm not entirely sure. It's number 13, so maybe it's not. That might actually be Death. I don't know. I just go off of the images anyway, and intuition. Yeah, I feel like this person's connection towards you is they're kind of going through their own journey, and so your behavior towards them is reinforcing an old pattern that they're trying to break away from. So even if you don't really care about taking care of your end, you're perpetuating this cycle that they're resistant to becoming an adult. For a majority of you, it's becoming a man, but I'm going to speak generally because I'm feeling this might not necessarily be romantic, but it's definitely preventing this other person from becoming more mature, and they're breaking down with this connection. I feel like the games are starting to wear on this person, and it's kind of triggering their transformation, as well as your own, because they can't keep this up, and I don't think you want to either. Yeah, and there's a reluctance to see truth, so they are kind of reluctant to see their own shadow aspects within you. So just like you don't want to see the things that reflect of yourself in them, they don't want to see the things that you are reflecting in them. So if, regardless of maybe they did something to hurt you and you lashed back out, they're afraid to see what parts of themselves that they don't like that you have. Again, you guys are mirrors, and so because of you both looking at each other in the same direction, you end up looking away, and it hurts because you don't want to see those things. And so naturally, how you react to your negative flaws and negative behaviors, they respond in the same way, and vice versa. So that's something to keep in mind while you're interacting with this person. Alright, so I'm going to sit here and try to get a gauge of what is holding them back from communicating with you. I'm hearing it's resistance. That's really the big thing that's kind of going on here. They don't want to respond or communicate back with you wholeheartedly because they got issues. And their issues are communication, first of all. I feel like for a majority of you, this person is not a strong or clear communicator. So even if they're talking to you, their intentions are not clear, their feelings are not clear, or they're just negative. They're a negative person, and it's because they are dealing with, again, that dark night of the soul, that just there's a heaviness to what's going on with this person. So that heaviness is kind of resisting, and again, seeing the reflection of themselves in you, it's too much for them. They can't handle why you're behaving the way that you do. And so even if it's maybe you didn't do something to upset them, maybe it's something that you have some positivity that they are not able to see within themselves yet. And thus they are not willing to see the positive sides of themselves yet. So this isn't all bad on you. However, it's trying to take the time to unwind the parallels and see that, you know, if you feel like you're the victim in this situation, how much of it is, you know, coming up because you allowed this person to come in, or that person is a victim in their own sense and they're in denial of their own victimhood, so then they take it out on other people. You know, everybody's situation is different. However, I feel like there is a definite, clear codependent back and forth dynamic that you guys do to each other. That's just not healthy for either of you. So I'm going to go ahead and get some guidance on this relationship. What can group 3 do to do with this relationship, and any advice? Oh, there's still more cards. All right, anything else? Anything else? Nope. Seems to be short, sweet, to the point. I like this. All right. So now, okay. Ooh. Huh. Very interesting. I feel, oh my gosh, like this energy is a very strange energy. It's so like cryptic and mysterious. And again, I keep seeing this back and forth. It's like this parallel mirroring between you and this person. Sometimes it's romantic, sometimes it's something else, sometimes it's, you don't know what it is. Yeah, it's a mystery almost. So I'm going to go ahead and start with these two oracle cards. So you got Fall and Soulmate. And notice there's like this orangey, yellow, red combination. So I don't know if that has anything to do with healing those chakras, where it's working on, you know, self-esteem and your roots and just generally feeling safe. I mean, I think that would be beneficial. However, I feel like I'm sensing something to do with the fall. Either something's coming this fall, or again, because I don't know what time frame this relationship is, or it's almost like maybe seasonal in the sense of your development, and that, you know, when the leaves start changing and you approach that phase of death in transformation, it's going to allow you to connect with your soulmate. Like, again, like I feel like this is a soulmate connection. I have no doubt about it. Like, and it doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. However, there's definitely more here than just a partner or, you know, a pattern. And again, there's some spiritual lessons going on here and why the situation is happening the way it is. Now, granted, I'm not saying that it's not a healthy dynamic, and I'm not saying it's going to work out. It's definitely not, that's not the advice here. What it's saying, though, is recognize what is going on in your soul right now. And definitely something with Halloween. Something spooky. Like, I don't know what it is. Something to do with that time of the year, or just like that cold chill. Like, take some time to really reflect and release what's kind of going on in your situation. I'm hearing, like, don't lose hope about this connection, because there's more to it than what meets the eye. However, the guidance is going to be a little more in depth. So I know that was a little cryptic. I apologize, Group 3, but I'm not getting clear answers here. So let's see if I get more guidance in the tarot realm. So you got the Seven of Bows, which is the Seven of Wands. You got the Nine of Bows in reverse, which is Nine of Wands. You got the Stag, which I believe, honestly, is the Emperor, which I have been messing up until this point, so okay, whatever. You got the Forest Lovers, aka the Lovers. And then you got the Queen of Bows, or the Queen of Wands, in reverse, aka the Hare. And so the advice I'm getting for this connection is don't act on this connection right now. Don't try communicating with this person further. I feel like they're working through something on their end that they need to prepare for, and you need to be doing the same as well. I have a feeling like it's kind of like a winter is coming. And so in order to prepare for that winter, you need to prepare yourself for the journey going forward, and also making sure you're taking stock of yourself. You've been too preoccupied with this connection, and it's causing you to not prepare for winter, as they're putting it, because something's coming your way regardless of this dynamic that you need to be preparing for. Yeah, just something coming up in your future. And so, again, like this Nine of Bows, I feel like there's a disrespect that happened in this connection. Either they disrespected you or you disrespected them. I'm feeling in general, though, you disrespected yourself by continuing to show up and put up with this person's behavior, and you need to cut that shit out. Because as much as you get pleasure out of these games, it's not bringing you towards them, and it's not pushing you away from them, and you're just going to sit in a loop, and you're wasting your time. There's definitely toxic masculinity kind of associated with this connection, whether it be on your end or theirs, but there's like a imbalanced masculine where it's almost like he's chasing his tail and he's immature, and whether this be the person you're pursuing or maybe that's your energy, I can't really tell, but there's just this immature, like, push-pull and banging your drum in your chest on, maybe you fight and then you go through a bout of not talking and then you come back together. Like, it's almost like this chaotic back and forth that, seeking some stability will help you out with obtaining a healthier pattern with this person. Kind of looking at the Lovers, what I'm really seeing in this card is you two are tied together, or at least you feel that way, and you're not. You are not tied to this person. I don't care how strongly you feel towards this person. Your choices are your choices, and by whatever decision you make and them reflecting you, they are not you. And making sure you take the time to assess that with your boundaries with this person would be good, so that way you understand that, your actions do not control that person, and their actions should not control you. Regardless of what spiritual connection's going on, making sure that you have that autonomy is super important, especially for protecting yourself against unhealthy patterns. Again, this Queen of Bows, I'm hearing you're reluctant towards sticking up to your boundaries. And you're reluctant to standing up to this person because you don't want the game to end. And you don't want to change because you feel like either this person's going to go away and then now you don't have this... I feel like you are the type of person that you enjoy the high from when the love is there, it's good, and then when it goes away, it's bad, and then you just love having that lack of stability. And unfortunately, it's going to catch up to you. Because the longer you play out this pattern, you're not going to find fulfilling, healthy relationships as long as you continue this song and dance. And, you can find happiness without the constant back and forth. It just means you got to kind of slow down a little bit. And so take some time to maybe reflect and, don't reach out to this person again. Focus on yourself and then pay attention to your patterns. But anyways, group 3, I hope that helps you out. Definitely an interesting reading, to say the least, but I hope it gave you some clarification, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello there, Group 4. You have chosen the Tiger's Eye gemstone, and today we will be doing your reading on why are they not communicating with you or responding. So this is just going to be a general reading. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by tapping into your energy, Group 4, to kind of get an idea of what is your reason for trying to connect with this person. Okay, right off the bat, I'm not going to lie, I just heard habit. You have a habit of reaching out to this person, and you're trying to connect with them because you just want to connect with them. Let me get a card for clarification. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, okay, this card explains it. So you got the Devotion card. So I feel like you really care about this person. Like, you're a happy-go-lucky person that you adore this person. You're like, oh my gosh, I just want to be around this person. I just want to talk to them. I look up to them. I think they're great. I really appreciate everything they do for me and how they treat me, and I just really want to connect with this person more. And you're feeling left out, unnoticed. You don't like the lack of responsiveness. I feel like you're the type of person, this person blocked you, and you're feeling a little shut out and sad because you thought you were treating this person really well and you really like them. I sense like this innocent feeling kind of on your end. You're trying to gain some closure and some information on as to what happened. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards to see what is the person you're connecting to. What is their connection with you? So let's get some cards about what is their connection. Oh gosh, what is their connection towards you? Anything else? Okay. Okay, this feels pretty blunt. Okay. Alright, so their connection towards you, I feel like for most of you, this is a friendship. You're trying to understand why your friend has blocked you out. If it's not a friend, maybe a friendly romance or just something that's maybe on the little more platonic end, or you just have a very positive relationship and this person either suddenly, it feels like it's suddenly, but I feel like behind the scenes it was a long time coming for some of you. A majority of you, I feel like what's been kind of going on is this person hasn't been honest with how they were feeling towards you, and so they felt like blocking you off completely was their way of being able to just wipe their hands clean and not have to face talking to you about it, because they didn't want to hurt your feelings to your face, which is kind of shitty. That's unfortunate, but that's kind of what's going on their end. So the two cards you got was New Love and Boundaries. So I definitely feel like this person feels you violated their boundaries to some degree. So maybe you were a little too enthusiastic with your interactions with them. Maybe you were coming across as clingy to them, or they felt as though they've tried to kind of push you back a little bit, but you either didn't notice or they didn't communicate it with you. I feel like lack of communication is very strong with this person, and their decision to cut you off was more about themselves not being mature enough to give you a straightforward answer. And again, this whole New Love card, I feel like either there's a new romance in their life, not really, I guess new romance in the terms of they're either starting to love themselves more in a different way, or they're just they're focusing their love and attention somewhere else. I think that's the best way to word it, because a lot of this, I don't think it's a romantic third party that is in the way, but it's definitely another person, another maybe a hobby, or just something is causing them to turn away from you, and so they need to have that boundary in place with you, because whatever time they were taking up with you, they are now filling with something else in their life. And then to clarify this, you've got, for the two tarot cards over here, you got Insecurity, and you got the Seven of Vessels, aka Seven of Cups, Mourning. So definitely this person they're insecure. That's why they're not able to talk to you about their feelings in person or face-to-face or via text or whatever. They're just, yeah, they're a little on the immature side, so they really just are kind of wanting to be one and done with the situation rather than heal it. And Another thing is mourning. I feel like they're already kind of mourning your relationship. I feel like this was not an easy choice for them to cut you off. I feel like, again, because they're immature and can't communicate very well, they've already been grieving the relationship quietly on their own and feel a little bit guilty for what they're doing, but they're not going to stop doing it because they feel like, again, they feel like their boundaries were violated and they don't know how to communicate with you properly their boundaries, and how you violated their boundaries. They're also dealing with something else on the side, but that's a majority of the reason, though, why they are not connecting with you is, like, again, I feel like they're grieving this relationship in particular, and so rather than, you know, hurt your feelings by sitting and telling you what's going on, they're just cutting it off. So, let me get some clarification on what is holding them back. Yeah, grief. Yeah, grieving the relationship. They don't want to make you upset, and they don't want to show you that they're upset about what was happening in your relationship. Ooh. Alright, just this one card, okay. That's what I was told. Yeah, barrier. So this barrier could be a number of things. It could be they're purposely holding up a barrier to tell you no. And that I am not ready. I don't want this anymore. It's time you seek attention somewhere else. And I feel like they are continuing to put up a barrier because I feel like you've tried numerous ways to contact them and they just keep blocking you out because you're not getting the fact that they are saying no. And I'm hearing they're even trying to energetically block you out. And this makes you really upset, because they're important to you and because you care. So, okay. So now that I kind of got an idea for what's going on in this situation, I'm going to see what advice I can get you to help with this situation. So, what's some guidance towards the situation for group 4? Is that no or yes? Okay. No? Alright, anything else for advice? Okay. Woo! Oh my gosh. That just shot its way off the table. Alright. Okay, for some reason that card did not want to go over there. Anything else? This good? Okay. So here's your advice, group 4. Okay. Okay, so you got an interesting set of cards for the Oracle card deck. So you got Past Life Love, you got Denial, and then you got Put Away the Computer. So the first thing that really was called out to me to point out is just get away from technology, get away from social media. That is causing you a lot of strife right now and causing you to just beat yourself up about this situation. And it makes you anxious because you feel like every time you want to either message this person or try to contact with them, a lot of it's because you're just addicted to your phone, you're addicted to social media, you're trying to distract yourself, keep yourself busy, and so that's causing you to want to continually reach out to this person. It's either that or what you're doing is you're trying to keep up with an image or an ideal, and you're seeing all these other people with friends and talking to people and like, oh my gosh, those people have so many friends, or they look super cool and they look super happy over there. I want to be like that, and I can't do that without this person that's in my life and like relax, okay? I feel like some of you maybe either struggle socially or there's just something kind of going on that this person was really important to you and was kind of your foundation. And honestly, until you step away from the computer, it's not going to get any better. And really take some time to just kind of refocus on what's kind of going on in your situation and really what's going on with you outside of what you think is going on in social media land. Now, past life, I have a feeling like this past life love card, I think what it's really trying to say is look backwards into your past. I mean, you can reflect fondly of your time with this person, but really kind of take some time to reflect and see, you know, was this relationship really as good as you remember it is? Is there maybe something that you missed that, you know, caused this person to walk away from you? Or, you know, what are some boundaries that you can put in place in the future so that way, you know, for the next time you meet a really cool friend or person, you know, you can learn from your experiences from this current relationship. You know, not every relationship is going to work out, honey. That's just how life is. And, you know, friendships come and go. And, you know, the best you can do is take some information and learn from the situation and learn about yourself and what you got out of the relationship, and then kind of emotionally detach and let it go. You got denial here, where I feel like you're kind of in denial of how you're approaching these relationships, specifically friendships, where I think you don't want to admit that you're devoting so much to this person to deflect from something else. That really this person isn't that important to you. You're just using it to kind of distract you from something else. And maybe there's some aspects of you that you don't want to see, you know, that's causing you to push away people. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we've all got stuff we got to work on. And in this case, you know, you're only hurting yourself by not being honest with yourself about maybe why. Because I think you definitely know what's causing you to push other people away, and whatever that thing is, address it. It's okay. You know, it's okay if you've made mistakes in the past. It's okay if you've had social faux pas or whatever, but like you got to go back and address it and heal it so that way, you know, you can have healthier relationships and happier ones in the future. Kind of shifting over to the tarot cards here, you got the Blasted Oak, aka the Tower, with this like naked dude falling from a tree that's on fire. The Stag, which I believe is the Emperor in reverse. Gosh, everyone has been getting this card in reverse, so good grief. The Forest Lovers, aka the Lover. And then the Nine of Bows, Respect in reverse. So again, I feel like in this particular situation, respect this person's boundaries. I feel like they closed you off for a reason, and you trying to get their attention is not going to do you any good. It's not going to rekindle the relationship or make them want to be around you anymore. In fact, it's continuing to push them away. So just give them some space and, understand that, everybody is allowed to have their own personal space, and this person needs it right now. And maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't, but this is just something that you should keep in mind when you're having these relationships, is that, silence is an answer, and maybe you don't like hearing that because it reminds you of something that was hard to face in the past, but silence is an answer, and you got to respect it when people just kind of cut you off and say, hey, I'm kind of done now. It sucks, but, you're better off, pursuing other things and other relationships. And I feel like this relationship, if not this one, but one in the future, is going to cause you to really reevaluate things, because there's some patterns right now that like you're giving way too much, and you don't have a balanced, even flow of how love and relationship works. Whether it be romantic or friendship. And so this is going to cause you to really kind of change fundamentally as you start to learn more about yourself and gain awareness. Again, you shouldn't be chasing people. You're chasing things way, way, way too much. And what's causing you to do this is it's an insecure wound where you're afraid that you're going to get abandoned, you're going to get left behind, you're going to get made fun of, or you're just used to like just chasing. Like I feel like you kind of don't understand when it's time to stop chasing, and you don't realize that this person is not giving anything back to you. You know, like you're just chase. You don't care if you get anything in return or not, and that's not okay for you, because any relationship is about giving back and forth evenly. And sometimes you give a little more and sometimes you give a little less, but at the end of the day, you know, there's still a back and forth. In your case, you're just all giving, and it overwhelms people. It does. And it's not because you're not a wonderful person. It's just that some people can't handle the pace you're going at. And right now, your pace is a little unbalanced. If you were not chasing so much and just kind of learning when to take a step back, that'll really help you with your relationships. So then you're not overwhelming people. Because if they get overwhelmed with, you know, attention, whatever, everyone else has their own needs to attend to. So take some of that energy and put it towards yourself, so that way whenever you do show up, you're not, you know, putting all of your life story and emphasis on everything. Maybe you're also an oversharer too, and that's difficult for people because sometimes people can't handle the stuff you've been through, or maybe it's just too much. Right off the bat, like learning some basic boundaries of back and forth, like, you know, gradually stepping into a friendship rather than just rushing in and being like, okay, we're best friends right away. Like, have that even back and forth. And then the lovers, again, I have a feeling it's like you kind of tie yourself to people a lot. You really evaluate your worth based off of your relationships. And you want to break free from that because, you know, relationships are there to help fulfill you and, you know, help you belong somewhere. But at the end of the day, you are still you. And you can't tie your identity towards another person. That disrespects yourself, and it gives them more control over it gives them control over you that they shouldn't have, and it doesn't allow you to grow and be independent on your own. It doesn't matter how cool they are or how happy they make you, just latching yourself on and not letting go isn't really a relationship at all. That's just tying yourself to a person, you know? And I feel like you like that, and you think that's okay, but unfortunately that's not a good balance to have. And it will cause people to continually having to push you away, and you'll go through that rejection cycle. So just understand that, you know, just find some even balance, you know? You're a good person, and I feel like you're a good friend. You just have to maybe take a step back and really evaluate what's kind of going on here and how you come across, so that way you can receive what you deserve and not be putting more out there than you should be. Alright, so I pulled out this card earlier, so I don't really know what this is. Alright, so this is for the audience. Okay, so the card that was pulled was Obsession. And so the message here, this is in regards to your connection with this person. There's an obsession going on here. And I'm hearing just stop obsessing over the situation. Let it go. All right? Because I feel like you're really hung up on this person. You're hung up on how it happened. You're obsessed with either beating yourself up, or you're obsessed with trying to fix whatever happened, and you need to let it go. It's okay to let this go. You know, obsessing over it is not going to change the situation, and learning to work towards acceptance will help you out with your circumstance. And anyway, though, thank you, lovely people. I appreciate you coming and visiting my channel, and I hope that my reading helped you guys out. So I will see you guys next time, and take care. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, welcome group 5. You have chosen the mysterious shiny rock that I don't know what its name is. Yes, mysterious rock. Share your almighty wisdom with group 5. Okay, I have a feeling this group is a little silly, or something's kind of a little goofy with this group. I don't know. But, okay. So we're going to figure out why the person that you're thinking of is not communicating or reaching out with you. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap into your energy and see what is your reason for connecting with this person. Aww. The first thing I heard was have hope. I feel like you're hoping you can regain contact with this person. You're really hoping that you can heal whatever happened between the two of you. I feel like you're a very kind, sweet soul, or you just have very good intentions towards connecting with this person. Let me get some clarification here. Oh. Alright, so what is your reason for connecting? Let's keep it short and sweet. What is your reason? Okay. So the card you got was family. So I feel like you're trying to reconnect with a family member or a relative of some kind, a kid, or maybe it's even an adult that you consider to have a family-like tie with. Like, oh my gosh, like this is some really intense energy. Like, your feelings are so warm towards this person. Like, I feel very rested and, well, not rested, but like, it's this warm feeling of like, I care so much about this person. This person's my family. This person is my life. They cut me out and I need to heal this. So you're like, I need to fix this. There is no other ands, ifs, or about it. And you're just feeling so loving towards this person, and you're having a very hard time with this person not reaching out to you or talking to you. You're very frustrated. I mean, like, your heart's very heavy. Like, you're trying to be respectful because you love them, but at the same time, it hurts. Oh my gosh. Oh, whew. Okay, so, I don't know if this is like an estrangement situation. I feel like for a lot of you, this is some kind of estrangement or an argument that happened between you and a spouse, or, yeah, this is definitely a more serious connection that you have going on with this person. So I'm going to pull some cards to get some clarification. What is this person's connection with you? Yeah, there's a lot of love going on in this connection here, but there's just something not right. So what's this person's connection towards you? Oof. Okay. No. What's going on with this one? Anything else? Something wrong here? Okay, there's a card that was not supposed to be in there. Let's see if I can get some more cards about this person's connection towards you. Oh. So no. Okay. Anything else? Oof. This is some sticky energy. No more? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I got 3, 3, and 2, so it's almost like there's a piece missing. So I feel like that's a little symbolic, almost like you kind of have an idea of why this person blocked you off. I feel like you're trying to reconcile a little bit, but you're also there's a missing piece to the puzzle, and I think that's part of the reason why you want this reading, is because there's something you're missing towards trying to understand this person's situation and why your efforts haven't worked and why there's other things kind of going on here. So this person's connection towards you. Man, everyone's getting the same 2 cards. Okay, like literally almost every single reading has had the same card, and at least 3 of them, if not 4, have had this card. Wow. So yeah, I guess I'm going to start with the tarot cards then. You got the Stag, number 8, which I think is the Emperor. I'm going to have to learn by the end of this which card this is, because I keep making the same mistake, but you have the Stag in reverse. And then you have the 9 of Bows, which is Respect, upright, which is the 9 of Wands. And then you have 2 of Arrows, Injustice, which this is the 2 of Swords. And I feel like their connection towards you, they feel like they were wronged by not just you, but some other people. I think it kind of varies by your situation, but definitely by you, they felt wronged by. They feel like there was an injustice, and so kind of like in this drawing where there's this woman with these 2 arrows and she has a blindfold on her face, it's almost like she's completely blind to what you're saying, as in she just doesn't want to hear it, she doesn't want to see you, and she's also holding these arrows where it's almost like she's battle ready, almost like she's willing to fight and defend herself because she's been defending herself for a long time. This person feels like they've been under attack by their family. This person feels like they aren't being heard and they're fed up, and they feel like part of the reason why they're not responding and why this injustice is there is because rights have not been wronged, and they are, at least in their mind, they're tired of seeing the situation. Now, granted, I feel like this person's view is kind of warped by their own perspective. I feel like they have a hard time seeing your side of it and the family side, and so right now it's somewhat immature. There's a good chunk of it that's justified. However, there's also a piece of it where they're not handling their end either in a mature manner. And like, again, this 9 of Bows, Respect, like it's another person with a bow and arrow. Like all of these people in this in these cards are battle ready, and they're just looking to fight. So it's almost like, you know, either there's been a lot of fighting leading up until this point, or they've got a lot of things that they want to say towards you that are not very nice. That's kind of where they're at right now. And again, it's just very defensive. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else from those cards. So we're going to go on to these next ones. So the 3 cards you got here is True Love, Trust, and Forgiveness. And I definitely feel like what's this person's connection to you is this is a person that their trust has been broken numerous times. Or at least that's how they feel. They feel like they can't trust you. They feel as though they feel like trusting other people is weak. That is a very distinct message I heard, but specifically if they tried trusting you, they feel as though that's going to cause them to not be able to defend themselves from other people or from either people you're familiar with, and for that reason they don't want to trust you, even if you've changed. Like that wound is pretty deep there. And like, again, that forgiveness, I feel like there's a desire for forgiveness, however, there isn't the appetite for it. They're not in a place to do that yet. And again, true love, I feel like there's true love in this connection. This person does truly love you still. There's definitely mutual love coming back. However, it's at a level that can't be reciprocated at this time. So if you're worried that this person doesn't love you anymore, they do. They tremendously love you. A whole hell of a lot. Wow. Yeah, again, I'm feeling like there's a little pain, and I can't tell if that's you, group 5, on your end or their end. I feel like there's just a lot of whatever, but there's just this desire to want to come back home from this person, but they feel like they can't right now. And that's kind of mirrored in these two cards. So we've got action and once again family. Their connection towards you is, again, I feel like they view you as you're part of their family too. You know, they see you as family. They see you as someone who means a lot to them, whether they admit it or not, but they're taking action to, in their mind, protect themselves. They see their actions as what's right, and they see what your actions are as wrong, and they're mad. Yeah, they're mad, and they are more action-oriented than you might be or how others might be. And unfortunately, their actions have caused a bit of a stir in your circumstances, and I feel like they went too far, maybe on numerous occasions, but definitely this person has burnt some bridges and done some things, but there's still an appetite again to kind of come back. So, wow. All right, so I'm going to pull some cards to see what is holding them back from communicating. Like, what exactly, now that we know more about the connection, what specifically is holding them back for trying to fix this? Because I feel like there's a desire there. It's just, what's preventing this? Anything else? All right. Boy, oh boy, group 5. This is one of those kind of things where, like, this is not a replacement for therapy. I just wanted a casual disclaimer because this is definitely something you're talking to a therapist about. Probably. No. Or if you're not, you might want to. Anything else? Oh yeah, there's more here. There's definitely more here. Okay. Okay, what's holding them back? Okay. This, like, I just get this sadness from the situation, like, it's just sad. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's not being said between both parties. There's so much love here. Like, oh my gosh, wow. Just, it's almost like there's like all this fighting on the surface, but underneath there's just so much love here. Wow, okay, so I'm going to start with the Messages of Love Oracle. So you got 4 cards, 4 and 4 each. Interesting, the parallels going on here. So the first card you got was Obsession. Then you got Trust. You got Forgiveness. And then you got Apology. So definitely what's holding them back is they are looking for an apology. That is number one. That, and I think they're also obsessed with what you did to them or what their family did to them. They're obsessed with their own pain. And it's inhibiting them from being able to come towards you and being able to have an honest discussion about what's going on. They also just don't trust you. They don't trust family members either. So maybe it's not you per se that they don't trust, but they don't trust the family members that are around you or friends. but it's mostly family that, you know, I feel like there's this fear that either this person's going to watch your phone, so maybe you're going to say something. Maybe you unintentionally tell somebody, and then the whole family figures out about it, and then it comes back to bite them in the ass, so they just learn to not talk to you. Or maybe there's people that are nefarious and they're trying to like read your phone or something. I feel like that's not always the case, but like there's just something going on where there's no trust that when they go to be vulnerable with you, that they're going to be safe, that their vulnerability is safe, and that their feelings are going to be listened to, that they're going to be heard and valued. There's just not that trust there. And again, forgiveness, the blockages, they need to forgive you first. They need to get to a certain point in their forgiveness journey of whatever happened that, you know, they need to reach that point in order to communicate with you again. I mean, like, regardless of maybe, you know, the situation wasn't as bad as you think, but this person is still in the process of getting there. And I think you understand, but definitely that's a huge thing. And again, that apology, they need an apology. That was like I will not return if I don't have my apology. Like, there's like a very hard message here that this person does not want to return if there is no sign of reconciliation, no accountability, no listening. If those things are not here, they ain't coming back. This person, like you saw those cards earlier, like that person was really ready to fight. Like, they do not want to deal with any wishy-washy BS, no more, oh, things are going to change, they don't change. No, they have set their line and they said, enough is enough. I'm protecting me, and I'm going to be straight up aggressive towards you, and until I get at least some form of closure, at least this is what they're saying, they can't even consider coming back. So this is all blocking them from being able to come back to you. Getting more on that, like again, so received. This card is telling me that they have received your messages. They know you want to talk to them. They know that you want them back in your life. All right. The fact that you reaching out to them is not the issue. Again, see the apology. This person does not care how many times you tell them you love them. It does not matter how many promises or offers that you make. They've heard you and they're on their fence post, planting their feet, like stuck. So another thing is I think they're stuck in their healing process where maybe you've healed or maybe the situation's better, but this person, again, as I'm channeling them, they're very stubborn. They're very caught up in their grief and it's kind of self-pity, and it's caused them to be stuck. So even if things have changed for the better, or maybe you become aware and so you're trying to fix things, or you just weren't aware, this person's so stubborn and caught up in their pain that they can't focus on getting to where they need to be in order to heal this situation. That's what's blocking them. And again, they feel like a rusted out car on the inside. They're not going anywhere fast. And until they kind of learn that they need to maybe take a step back and be a little more honest with how the situation's affecting them, then they might be able to start kind of coming around to healing. The third card you have is Metamorphosis. So this person is undergoing a change on their end. So maybe you don't see it, but they are changing at a deeper level and are beginning to become aware of what's going on in your dynamic, in your family dynamic, in their life. And, you know, you might need to take a step back and just allow these changes to occur. I feel like maybe some of your family does not like the changes they are seeing. Maybe they're not very accepting, or you're not very accepting. I feel like you're trying to be understanding, but being willing to allow that person to change is part of that, allowing the space for them to be vulnerable. Like, you need to let this person grow and change on their own. And unfortunately, they felt as though no contact was the only way that they could start undergoing that process on their own terms. And then forgiveness. Again, there's a lot of needing self-forgiveness, forgiveness of others. That resistance blockage right there is really big for preventing communication. So, okay, so now that we got all that good stuff, what is the advice? All right, what is the advice towards healing the situation with this person? Oh my gosh. Advice. All right, I have a feeling that card was going to be. Anything else? Okay. Is that a yeah? No? One more? Okay. Woo. Alright, now I feel better. Alright. What is the advice here? Woo. Some spicy advice. Got cards flying everywhere. More? Oh my gosh. I feel like you're encouraging them to keep going. You want as much information out of me as possible for free. So I hope you take this information to heart. Okay. So let's see here. We also got 4 and 4. Man, there's a lot of parallels between you and this person, or something about symmetry is maybe important here. So again, I don't know if this is a spouse or it's just, you know, that family dynamic of maybe you're mirroring each other. There's a lot of parallels and symmetry going on here, so keep that in mind. Alright, so this is going to be some rough advice for you, Group 5. So the first one is going to be contemplation. So I think you need to take some time to really be honest with yourself and think about what is going on this other person's plate. Like what was their perspective like, and why do you think that they were hurt in the first place, and what do you think they're going through right now, and what would you like to actually tell them from your heart, not from a place of trying to control and get an outcome from them or trying to get them to return, but like, what do you truly want for them? And I feel like you think you know, but you really need to get down and actually feel it. And you got to really understand your actions towards this person and understand them. I feel like one of the major reasons why this person does not trust you is because you do not see them for who they are. You think you do. You have an image of who you think they are, but that's not them. And for some of you, you might know them a little bit better than you think, or better than that. However, there's still a missing piece. There's still some part of them that you are not completely seeing and acknowledging, and because you won't acknowledge that, they will not come over to you and be open and vulnerable. And because of that, not being able to feel safe around you, you got to be honest with yourself about how do you treat yourself that way with your own insecurities. Or do you attack yourself all the time when you are not meeting your own expectations? Or are there things about you that you suppress or you talk badly about? Because if you're doing that to yourself, you're doing that to your partner. You're doing that to your family member. And it's hurtful. And especially with these vulnerabilities, I feel like this person has many secrets they keep from you because they know if they were honest with you, you're just going to turn them away. And you're not going to just allow them to be and love them unconditionally. And, you know, like, just show the situation some love. And I think maybe taking some time to think about how you show love in this dynamic, not to please yourself, but, you know, what their needs are. that specifically, because I feel like you get a little confused in the sense that you're like, oh, but I'm such a loving person, I've done all these things, and it's like, no, you've done those to support yourself and how you want to love them, not what they need to be loved. And so take some time to reflect on that. Another card is purge. You gotta start purging some of the people in your relationships. You gotta start purging the bad behaviors. You gotta start having some real conversations. Like, especially if this is an estranged family member, you need to have some realistic conversations with people. Cut out the alcoholic family member that's always causing problems or whatever, or, you know, have a conversation with them. Get rid of the significant other that's causing all the headache, or the friends that are gossiping, or, like, you know, you gotta purge some behaviors, people, whatever's in your life. Like, if you truly want this person back, you gotta start cleaning house. Another one is signs. So start paying attention to signs within yourself that mirror this person's situation. But it's not only just that. Look also for signs outside of you. I feel like this is going to be the long road with this person. And I think paying attention to their behavior will be really crucial for you understanding who they are. You know, and maybe that's something you could do, is when you reach out to them, say, hey, I did not realize that I didn't understand who you are, and I want to. And if they're not willing to talk, okay, but maybe pay attention and think back on when you were spending time and talking with them, what were some signs that maybe they were showing they were uncomfortable and they couldn't tell you in the right words. Or maybe, you know, take the anger and sadness out of a situation. Like, maybe they said something hurtful, but try to take a step back and be like, all right, what were they actually trying to tell me? Instead of thinking it as they were attacking me, see it as, what were they trying to tell me under all that anger? And then finally, barrier. I feel like you need to respect this person's barrier. I think depending on your situation, some of you, it might be okay. Like, I think after this contemplation phase, then you might be able to approach that person, but respect any of their barriers they put up. You know, if they start doing this, you take a step back. And by showing them that you respect their barriers and their boundaries, that will allow them to come a little closer into your life. Because the moment that you try to push in and try to make everything about you, or maybe not just about you, but like you're trying so hard, they're immediately going to run away because it's too much. Gotta ease and then just go slow, very slow. I know you're desperate to heal this. And again, I'm not feeling any negative outcome towards this person. This person does love you and wants you back. You just got to start listening to them. And I mean really listening on a deeper level than just hearing them. Okay, so these are the last set of cards. So we've got the Ace of Bows, which is the Ace of Wands, Spark of Life, Page of Stones, Lynx, which is the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Stones, Healing, which is the page, or the Seven of Pentacles. And then the Forest Lover, the Lovers. Another card that a lot of people have been getting. I feel like... so you need to take some action on your part towards fixing what was wronged. So definitely taking action. You need to be active with this. You can't be shutting down whenever a family member says something rude. Like, maybe this person was getting made fun of, or maybe this person was, you know, not being listened to, whatever. Like, whatever the problem is after you've figured it out, you need to make sure you're taking action to show that you are committed to wanting them back. And that you're willing to change. Because without action, this person is not coming back. They don't want to unless they see change. This Page of Stones is kind of like... I'm hearing like you kind of need to regroup on how you're taking care of yourself and how the give and take of relationships and energy within you. I know that's a little cryptic, but it's almost like there's some blockages within your own side that... You know, you need to learn to start managing your own resources and your time and energy better. towards healthier people, things, ideas. There's kind of just like a back and forth there that needs to be kind of resolved. Money might be an issue for you as well. Definitely take some time to, like, you know, really see, like, what are you investing towards? And especially in regards to this connection, like, you know, making sure as long as you're taking care of yourself, you can't, you know, it's easier to see another person as they are if you're in a healthy spot. Again, this other one about healing, I feel like this is a systematic thing. This is a family thing. So there's a lot of family healing that needs to be entertained. And, you know, there's plenty of people, whether it be group therapy, there's healers out there, there's all kinds of different things that can be done to heal family dynamics. I mean, for me, I'm going to automatically recommend therapy, but there's other stuff. I do family constellation work, which is something you can message me on my Facebook page about, because I do that remotely. There's also, you know, Reiki and other different things. There's, again, getting involved in something, maybe religion, or maybe not religion in this case. I feel like for some of you, religion might be part of the problem. But, like, just some kind of something that can engage your family in healthier activities, so that way you can start addressing some of these issues that are going on. And then finally, you got the Lover's card, which this is all about love, you know? Learn how to love again. I feel like that was lost a long time ago in this relationship, that, you know, you guys get so caught up on all this other petty stuff that you forget that you guys love each other, or you're not willing to admit that you love each other. There's so much here, and this relationship definitely can be healed. I feel like some of you have almost given up because you don't know what to do, but, like, you know, you can. I'm telling you, you picked this you picked this little pebble, and, you know, I'm telling you, it'll work out if you keep working at it. You know, all is not lost. It's not over. You know, you just have to keep your eyes on love. That is why you are here. That is why you want this person back. And as long as you focus on love, love will guide you to the right answer and help heal the situation. So, wow, very powerful reading to end on. But thank you so much for spending time with me. Again, if you need any personal readings or whatever, you can go ahead and find me on Facebook. I do private readings and consultations. But otherwise, thank you guys so much, and I will see you around next time.